Thank you, friend, for joining me today. Thank you so much for your prayers and support for this ministry. Let us continue reading this Testimony for the Church, number 13, 1867, written by Ellen G. White, my Father in heaven. Search my heart and cleanse me. Guide me with your wisdom and your holy word. I pray in the name of your Son, through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. When my husband's courage and hope began to waver, then we could not benefit anyone at Dansville. And we could not be benefited by a further experience in that place. God would not have my husband remain there shorn of his strength. But it was his will in his state of weakness that he should go among his brethren who could help him bear his affliction. While separated from God's people, we have an opportunity for reflection and to carefully review our past life, to see the mistakes and wrongs and humble ourselves before God, and to seek his face by confessions, humility, and frequent earnest prayers. While engaged in active labor, bearing the burdens of others, pressed with many cares, it was impossible for us to find time to reflect and carefully review the past and learn the lessons of God. The lessons God saw it was necessary we should learn. I was then shown that God could not glorify his name by answering the supplications of his people and raising my husband to health in answer to their prayers while we were at Dansville. It would be like uniting his power with the power of darkness. Had God been pleased to manifest his power in restoring my husband, the physicians at our home would have taken the glory which should be given to God. Said the angel, God will be glorified in the restoration of his servant to health. God has heard the prayers of his servants. His arms are beneath his afflicted servant. God has the case, and he must, although afflicted, dismiss his fears, his anxiety, his doubts, and unbelief, and calmly trust in the great yet merciful God who pities, loves, and cares for him. He will have conflicts with the enemy, but should ever be comforted with a remembrance that a stronger than the enemy has charge of him, and he need not fear. By faith, rely on the evidences God has been pleased to give, and he will gloriously triumph in God. I saw that God was giving us an experience which would be of the highest value to us in the future in connection with his work. We're living in a solemn time, the closing scenes of this earth's history, and God's people are not awake. They must arouse and make greater progress in reforming their habits of living, in eating, in dressing, in laboring, and resting. In all these, they should glorify God. And be prepared to battle our great foe and to enjoy the precious victories God has in reserve for those who are exercising temperance in all things while striving for an incorruptible crown. We'll read the next paragraph the next time. May God our Father will bless you and his Son be gracious to you now and forevermore. Amen.